Hey there my lovelies, and welcome to my booktube channel, The Sassy Library Fox. My name is V, and today we're going to talk about my spectacular fail to be a part of the Koreadathon. Well, it wasn't an entire and total fail because I managed to do some of the challenges, but since this was only running for a week, I didn't really get to a lot of the challenges, but I tried. I mean, this might be the tiniest, smallest participation that ever took part in a readathon, but at least it was a participation and I regret nothing. I love to be a part of the Koreadathon and to be a part of a readathon in general because I never did this before. So this was a first and I really enjoyed it. As for the details, I will just take my book here and some of you might already notice this from my Instagram account, because I recently decided that I want to have a reading journal, and because it was just black, I decided to place my 7 boys on here so that it looks nicer, and of course my biases had to be there as well. So yeah, I wrote it down in my reading journal. If any one of you is ever interested to see more of my reading journal and to see the pages, I could go for a video at the end of the year, if that is something you want to see. So just drop me a comment and tell me if yes or no. And anyway, I don't know if you can see it through the cam, but I wrote this down here, the Koreadathon, and I even tried to draw the flag. I will have to color it in still, and hopefully it will look like the South Korean flag when it's done. So the Koreadathon was from March 7th to March 13th. And it was about a week, or not just about a week, but an actual week. And there were reading challenges and there were life challenges, at which I both failed quite spectacularly. But never mind. I'll just break it down to the basics. It was hosted by Books with Chloe and Monica Kim, and they both did a very great job. Apparently they've been doing the Koreadathon for quite a while, and last year there wasn't one, but this year they decided to go for another one, and so I could take part in it. I heard about it really late. Katja basically asked me if we want to participate with our buddy read, and of course I said yes, because it's Katja. She's such a kind and great person, and I love her booktube channel, and I will make sure to link all of the channels I just mentioned down below. And well, okay, there is... I'm actually scared to find out how little I did here. But we will have to find out. I will just get it over with. So, reading challenges. Read the group book Winter in Chakho by Elisa Shua Dusapin. I hope I pronounced it right now. If I didn't, I'm already sorry. I didn't read the group read book. I'm already failing at this, right? Yeah. No, let's just heed to the next prompt. Read a book translated from Korean. I read Almond by Won-pyung Sohn with Katja, and I think it was translated from Korean. Yes, it even says here. It says translated from the Korean by Sandy Cho Soon Lee. So I guess this might count, at least. Please. It was definitely translated from Korean, so maybe we can give this a half check. Never mind. The next challenge was read a manhwa, graphic novel or webtoon. What exactly is a manhwa? Does any of you know? If not, I will do my research and I'll probably blend it in here or here what I found out about this. Yes, I can say that I did this because I continued to read Chakho, Seven Fates, which is the webtoon comic from BTS and featuring BTS. And I continued to read it, so I will just count this as a webtoon. Because it actually is. Yeah. Ooh, I can actually tick one of those challenges. In good conscience, I may add. The next one is read a historical fiction novel. Definitely didn't do that one. Read an award-winning Korean novel. I have no idea if Almond actually won something, but I don't think so. So, nope. Read a book recommended by a Korean celebrity. This was actually chosen for exactly this prompt because, as I already mentioned in my last video, Sugar as well as RM read this one in their show In the Soup, and they both liked it and enjoyed reading it. And I'm not entirely done with this book, at least not at the moment while I'm recording this. I think I got to chapter 44. You can see my sticky notes. And I have to say, so far I've been enjoying this a lot. It's very thought-provoking and very different to the books I usually read. It's about a boy named Chun-jae who was born with a brain condition called alexithymia. And apparently this is some sort of condition where the amygdala, or a part in your brain that looks like an almond, hence the title, isn't fully developed, and because of that the person can't feel emotions like people usually do. I don't want to say normal people because quite honestly, what is normal? So I just go around that definition and say not normal people, but usually you feel all kinds of emotions. But Yun-jae doesn't feel them, and there happens a tragic accident where his mother and his grandmother die, and Yun-jae is alone in the world. He still has his mother's bookstore, but he has no friends, and he actually gets bullied at his school, which I found very interesting because apparently bullying is a part, or still some strong part, in Korean schools. I don't know if that is true, I'm just assuming that, but as far as I could tell from all the K-dramas I watched and from the book I just read, this still seems to be a part of society over there. So if you don't fit in the mold, you get bullied by others. I don't know. I really would love to hear some thoughts on this, if that is just my perception or if this is generally a thing in Korea still. I mean, we have those troubles in Austria too, but in Austria the teachers and the other students are taught to be self-aware of this and to address problems directly. And when a student comes to them and tells them that he, she or they are bullied, the teacher usually does something against it. I'm sorry for the short excursion, but I really would like to know if this is actually still happening a lot in Korea or not. I don't know anyone from Korea aside of BTS, and I doubt they will answer my question. So if any of you is Korean or comes from Korea, I would really love to hear your thoughts on this. And back to the book. Yoon-jae is bullied after his mother and grandmother dies, but for some crazy reason the bully is fascinated by him not being able to feel anything, and they kind of start a very unconventional I think unconventional is the only word I can come up with for this, a very unconventional friendship. And Gon, the boy who bullied Yoon-jae, visits him in his bookshop, and they start to talk about normal topics, about his grandmother's death, about Gon's mother's death, and it's very interesting. I still have quite a lot to read. I think 40% of the book are still left. So I'm very curious where this will head and where this book will end. But it's really a good book and I'm enjoying it a lot. So this one was recommended by a celebrity, a Korean idol, or actually two, Sugar and RM. Okay, let's head to the next challenge. Read a book featuring a Korean diaspora character. Okay, I definitely didn't do that one. I would have needed a little bit more time to dive into Korean books to find one that would tackle that particular kind of challenge question. And we are already coming to the life challenges, and the first one was cook a Korean meal or dish. I didn't do that one. I would have really needed time to actually cook it myself, because to order Korean in Austria is very hard, especially if you come from a small town like me. We have really not a lot of restaurants here, so I could neither order it nor did I have the time to cook it myself. But I think next year I will be prepared better, and next year when I'm taking part in the Koreadathon, and I will take part in next year's Koreadathon because it was so much fun, I'm probably going to cook fried rice with kimchi. It's something so typical. BTS always talks about it, and I just want to try it if I can do this and how it will taste. So yeah, my plans for next year's Koreadathon already here. The second life challenge is watch a Korean film or show. And now it's getting interesting. I don't know if I ever mentioned this, but I love K-dramas. The first K-drama I ever watched was Warang. Did I pronounce it right? Warang? I don't know. Never mind, my bad pronunciation. But I came for Tae or Taehyung from BTS, and I stayed because of the great acting skills and of the story, and I've become addicted ever since I watched this K-drama, because K-dramas are on an entirely different level when it comes to emotional roller coasters. And I've watched so many K-dramas ever since. The last one I watched was Hotel de Luna with my Yonggi. I'm sure you're watching this right now, and it was a lot of fun and it had me crying a lot as well. But for the Koreadathon, I actually decided to go for something rather unconventional. I watched All of Us Are Dead, and yes, this is a zombie K-drama, and I enjoyed it so much. I'm such a scaredy fox and I can't watch horror movies, but I always can watch zombie movies. Don't ask me why, but I love zombie movies. I don't know, they just fascinate me. So I watch zombie movies, even though I can't watch normal horror movies, go figure. But I decided to just watch this series, and this series was great. It was very stressful to watch, not gonna lie. Pretty gory as well, but I actually loved it because it was so interesting to see those characters that are stuck at the school together, and they are just trying to survive. Because there was a zombie outbreak and one of the students got bitten by a rat at the laboratory of one of the teachers, and he has quite a mysterious past, and he lost his son and his wife and no one knows why. And from there on out, all hell breaks loose. Quite literally and figuratively speaking. Yeah, and those students just try to survive. And I'm one of those people that always likes things that make me think. And this series made me think a lot, and I'm probably the only person that is fascinated by this series from a sociological point of view, because even though there are zombies, the students that survived and that still try to survive have their own troubles and problems they need to face. There is still a little bit of teen angst and couples that form or that don't form, conflicts that happen. And this even though there are zombies that want to kill them. So they're all still human, they all have emotions, and emotions run high in that one. And there are a lot of characters that are sometimes even worse than the zombies themselves. So for me, this was super fascinating, and as I said, I'm probably the only person that sees an interesting aspect in a zombie series, but yeah, I'm enjoying it because of that reason. I still have 2 episodes left, so I'm very curious how it will end and if there is going to be a second season. From all I know and from all the K-dramas I saw so far, none of them had a second season, so it would be interesting to see a second season of a K-drama for once. Not sure if it's going to happen, but I would love to see a second season. Okay, so that was the K-drama prompt or challenge, which I can definitely tick off because I'm watching so many K-dramas. And just when I'm already talking about them, if you want to see some recommendations of K-dramas, or if you want to see me do a video about them, just ask. I love to talk about K-dramas as well, so if you need recommendations, just write it down in the comments and I'll either make a video if a lot of people are interested in this kind of stuff, or I will just give you recommendations in the comments. Either one works fine for me, so just let me know if you're interested in this kind of stuff. And let's see to the last life challenge, and that would be support a Korean creator, which I think I'm doing. I don't know about the exact definition of creator, but I guess a creator is someone who draws or makes drawings as well. And I think I can tick that one off because on my Instagram I follow a lot of artists that create amazing art of BTS mostly, but also fan art of other things. And a lot of them are actually Korean, and I always try to push them, to support them. I repost their posts and I try to make other people aware of them, so I don't know, I might give this a half check as well. Yeah. Okay, so this said, we're already at the ending of my very small, tiny participation in the Koreadathon of 2022. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a lot of fun to do this video, to talk about K-dramas and about books, as always. And yeah, I think there's nothing left to say. I will definitely take part in next year's Koreadathon as well. I would love to hear if you were a part of the Koreadathon as well. If you read some books, if you watched some K-dramas, what you thought about them. Just write it all in the comments down below and, well, just chat with me. That's the reason why I'm here. Okay, I'm already at the ending of my video. There's nothing left to say except of take care, stay healthy and safe, and see you around the next time. Bye!